Papa Squat, coming at ya. Good evening, everybody. It is Black Friday. Oh my god, everybody go shopping. Oh, it's so exciting. Actually, I got something fun today in the mail from a fan. I have a fan. Actually, it's a good friend of mine who also happens to watch the videos. But he sent me a little gift set. And also, if this is not potentially one of the whitest things in the world, I don't know what it is. Not to say that I don't absolutely love it, but it's a Fisher Price Little People Run DMC collector set. Let's see if I can get this a little closer. You can see Run DMC and Jam Master Jay there. It says Kings from Queens in the background. It's got a nice little picture of them on the back. So it's a fun little thing. I didn't even know something like this existed. I'm not sure if I'm going to open it up just because it kind of actually looks good just like that, and it's got that little Run DMC sign here in the back. That's actually a physical thing that'll pop out. And I'm not sure if they're supposed to stand on that or if it goes behind them, but it's a cool little thing. So I have this now. I never know where my camera is, and I totally love it. So that's going to go on a shelf. It's been a few weeks since we've done anything by Immortal Technique, and people keep asking for Immortal Technique and SPM and Lil Rob, and like there's a bunch of people who I think have come to the channel, seen songs by these people, and say, "Oh, you need to listen to this song." And I'm totally in favor of that, because when I'm a fan of a band, I absolutely understand like you want to expose like what you think is the best stuff to other people. And so I love to get these recommendations. I just think it's really fun, and I appreciate them because it's all stuff that I wouldn't find on my own. There's tens of thousands of songs out there that I've never heard. Maybe more than that. I don't know how many songs are out there. That's an interesting question. How many songs have ever been released on any label ever? I don't even think you could answer that question. Anyway, this is Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. I've really enjoyed Immortal Technique stuff. The first video we listened to had a couple of a little far beyond conspiracy theory things for me. Some of his thoughts I absolutely agree with. If it gets too far out there, I just like no. But I'm fine listening to it. What I won't listen to, by the way, because someone sent this to me, is a video by a completely brainwashed right-wing conspiracy theorist nut job who's anti-vax and raps about it and calls people sheep in the videos. No, whoever sent that to me, just don't bother. I looked at it because I was like, this guy doesn't look like a rapper. His name doesn't look like a rap. And he was fine as a rapper, but his message was so insane and stupid and dumb. Like, absolutely incredibly bonkers. Anyway, not going to listen to that stuff. Not going to give it a platform. But Immortal Technique, I like his voice a lot. He's got that really nice, cool, kind of growly voice. And I like what he raps about. So let's jump in here. I have no idea what my volume is like, even though I was just listening to something. Oh, I did also want to mention, a couple of days ago I listened to Purple by Cassette Coast. And very cool, Cassette Coast apparently is a single person. And he stopped by and commented on the video and said, "Hey, thanks for the kind words. Awesome, love it. I love when people stop by." Previously, we've had a couple of other people from some really old bands stop by. Also, Man Parrish stopped by in the comments at one point. So very, very cool stuff. Love it when they stop by. I mean, this is such a small little channel that I don't expect anybody to see it. The fact that we're nearly at 400 followers is just insane. But let's just listen to some music. Again, Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. Just about 7 minutes. Okay, again, listen to the introductory music to this. This is one of the things that I find absolutely fascinating about hip-hop, is it takes music that you never would expect to be in a modern song and puts it into a modern song, but it only uses a tiny little portion of it, or it repeats it, uses it as a sample. But like this music, this sounds like the end to the old Hulk TV show, right? Like from the 70s. Just that was me holding my backpack, because that's what David Bruce Banner does in that show, is he's holding onto his backpack as he walks off in the rain. Very crazy to have this music in a modern song. Or a French movie, right? Like,
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making a million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober, her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never brought respect. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He fiended for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally, dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed.
so I think there's actually a lot to pull out of that first minute of his performance, and I think it's spot on. He's talking about a guy who had a ton of potential, but because he was born in the, I assume, inner city, like in the slums, he never got the chance to even get educated enough to get there, and didn't have the home life. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how much information is packed into that first minute or so. That's 100% true, and is just a shame that, I mean, we continue to experience this crap. It's absolutely nuts.
Everyone trying to be trife, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So Billy started robbing it.
So again, I just want to call out to pay attention. He's rapping, but the music in the background is still this same simple piano tune with a little bit of a beat. I mean, there's not a lot to the music of this song. It's really mostly about his rapping, and it's way interesting to me to see the juxtaposition of these two styles of music. It's not even a juxtaposition, one on top of the other. Fascinating.
Niggas anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes. Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever.
Okay, so now see, the music has changed in the background because the theme of the song has changed from this guy kind of getting into trouble, trying to prove himself, and now he's hit on something else that they've told him to do, rape someone, uh, and the music has changed in the background. I'd have to go back and listen, but I'm sure it's the musical phrasing has changed because the story is changing. Kind of interesting.
Wanted to be, and so he met them Friday night at 2:45. Everyone trying to be trife, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be God's angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
So now we switch back to the old music for the
They drove
bridge.
around the project slow while it was raining.
Change.
Smoking blunts, drinking, and joking for entertainment. Until they saw a woman on the street walking alone. 3 in the morning, coming back from work on her way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her. Walking through the projects, the darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid. Now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there.
This
She
is
struggled
pleasant.
hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaking through the cloth, she cried silently. And then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken, and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute. She was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head. I'm falling and I can't turn back.
So the thing that's interesting about this song is it's apparently biographical, like actually in theory happened. Immortal Technique, when he was younger, was in a gang, and I don't believe it was him who had to do this, but if this is true, well, this is the story, and we'll get to the twist, which is really messed up.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended a life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because...
So I laughed just then because I'm sitting here thinking about this video, and the video is obviously them performing in a club. And I'm thinking about sitting in a club, going out for a night on the town. Maybe you're not an Immortal Technique fan, but you go into Immortal Technique's show. Maybe he's performing at a bar you're at, whatever. I have no idea the venues he performs for. And this song gets performed. So you're sitting there having a drink, and you look up, and you're like, "What the, what?" And part of me goes, "Wow, that would be really weird." And part of me goes, "What a really amazing song for any artist to perform, especially if it's 100% true and he's admitting to raping one of his friends or fellow gang members' mothers and then killing her. Seems like maybe an issue. But just the fact that even if 90% of this story is true, 50% of this story is true, it's still just terrible. But it does show he's committed to kind of telling the world what his experience is like, and I think that's a cool thing.
We're burning in the melting pot, so when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
Also, what is the hype man doing in the background on this video? Obviously, it's not recorded on this, but like, is he chanting along with? Well, there are some choice words that could be chanted along with there. Good song, powerful song, really interesting both musically and lyrically because of how the two are so very, very different. But yeah, definitely not a song you want to listen to like over and over, even once a year. Like, it's kind of a painful song. It's, I'm sure, triggering for a lot of people who have had to go through something like this. Yeah, kind of a definitely a bummer, but still a very good song. And you know, he definitely has a message he's trying to get across to people, and I think he's very good at it. So I understand why people like his stuff. Papa Squat, checking out. Please do like, subscribe, and share. We'll be to 400 very, very soon at this rate, so I appreciate it. Thanks very much, and have a good night. Bye-bye.